everybody. Hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is January 14th, 1 month away from Valentine's Day. Yay! So we've got plenty of time to get our Valentine's table topper together from the Kimberbell Cuties. Hold on, I gotta turn on another camera. Somebody always asks me, what does your shirt say? It says, of course I'm working, it's a power tool with thread. I've seen these all the time, and it's not like a trademark infringement or anything like that, because you can't control what people say, but you know, it's fine. It's no big deal. Hey, so I wanted to share with you, yesterday I went to a brand new quilt store. It is called the Stash House, and it is in Floresville, Texas, which is just south of me a little bit. And my friend Diane started that store and opened in, I think it was November, mid-November or so, something, maybe earlier than that. And she's just getting up and running. And so if you are in the local area, please patronize the store. I put a blog post about it this morning on my blog, PowerToolsWithThread.com, and I did a blog post and did a little, you know, took you around the store, not with the camera. I only had, not with a video camera. I only had my phone, and I took a bunch of pictures and wrote it up. But there's a location, the phone number, and she's got some cool things in there. You can bring your sewing machine and something to work on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 2 and have a sew in. And then, you know, there's just so many things, whether you're beginning your quilting journey or you are, you know, you're a seasoned quilter. She's got everything there. So it's a small shop, but it's got a lot of character and it's got a lot of love. And I want to wish Diane all the success. So that's the Stash House in Floresville, Texas. If you are on your way to the coast for a trip to the beach, you know, swing by if you're on your way. I'm sure they would appreciate your business. All right. So I wanted to tell you what's going on, and I got some new fabric in, and I wanted to show you that, so that I've got things I need to start working on, and I've got stuff I want to put away. So I like to show it to you before I do that, so I don't have to haul it back out and then put it away again, you know. Okay, the Kimberbell Cuties Table Toppers, here is January's, and that one had the videos for it go out last December. And this is the one for February. I have not done the video for this one yet, but this one is done because I had to do a video shoot for a YouTube live with All Brands. And that was I think that was on the 6th of January that we did that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do another one and make it up with you so you can see how to put it together for my beginner quilters. But there's been a lot of questions about the size of the hoop that you need. So I had said something in the December topper, well, in December, about the January topper that made a couple of people's ears perk up. Now, if you are using, what did I do with the CD? I thought I had it. I do. I have it right here. If you are using the CD that has the designs on it, the embroidery designs and the SVG files on it, I will put this down here. So if you are using this, it says right on the back, right here, that you need to have at least a 6x8 hoop in order to be able to make these designs. But one of the things that I said in the when I was making this one, in the video that's about cutting with the scan and cut and doing the Simply Applique part of it, you can resize the images. If you have the CD and you're going to use those embroidery images, then you need to have at least a 6x8 hoop. So if you have a 6x10, it will work fine. If you only have a 5x7 hoop, and this is something you might want to consider. If a new embroidery machine that has that large of a hoop is out of your reach, one of the things you might consider is resizing designs. Now let me be clear about this, okay? I do not recommend resizing pre-digitized embroidery designs. You can on some of them, maybe up to 1/2 inch, but I would not recommend, especially in the hoop projects, absolutely not. Do not redigitize, do not resize those, because there are so many little parts and pieces that have to fit together exactly that it just won't work. You could try it, you'll beat your head against the wall and it won't work. Something will go wrong. If you guys hear a honking, my husband's outside working on the motorhome. He's trying to fix the air horn. Okay, so if you have the pre-digitized designs off the CD, I do not recommend that you resize these. However, if you have the book, and everybody's going to have the pattern book that's making this along with us, and you have the ability to scan in these paper patterns, all right, these can be resized. Because you can resize them. So let's say you don't have an embroidery machine, you're going to make them straight the way they are anyway, the old-fashioned way of doing applique for my non-embroiderers. For those of you that are machine embroiderers, if you have a 5x7 hoop, if you've got a scan and cut, and you've got Simply Applique, which is very inexpensive software, you can resize these images either in the Brother Canvas or on the scan and cut itself, and then use the FCM file created by that, import it into Simply Applique, and then resize each individual piece down so that they will fit into a 5x7 exactly where you want it, and then reorder them so that and it sounds like a lot, but you guys, I have a ton of videos on how to do this, okay? A ton of videos on how to do this. You would be able to stitch these in a 5x7 hoop. So that's the thing. If you're going to use these, don't resize. You need at least a 6x10, 6x8, 6x10 hoop. If you want to do it with the pattern book and a scan and cut and Simply Applique, you can resize it and you can make these. Because this guy right here is just over 7.5. Your snowman will be a little bit smaller and your hat might not be quite as tall, but you can do it. You can do it. Okay. Oh, speaking of cool things with the scan and cut. Somebody wrote me about this and I wrote him back and said, I've been thinking about it. So you guys, if you watched my last video, I talked about looking at Lori Holt's new quilt that's coming out called Chicken Salad. And it's a very cool quilt with a bunch of chickens on it that are just full of character. And her fabric line for that is called Cookbook. And one of the things you need to make the chickens are a set of her So Simple shapes. So those of you who are new quilters, there is a force in the quilting world, and her name is Lori Holt, and she's all about like that whole late 30s to early 50s vibe. Her kitchen, all of her fabrics, her just everything kind of has that whole feel. And there's a lot of people that just absolutely love that. And she does amazing fabric designs and all kinds of stuff. Well, she has a special way that she will do her version of applique. And that involves using a plastic shape to create an applique, and you put it's like an interfacing on the back, and then you sew them right side down with the fabric, do the interfacing on the back, make a little hole, snip in the interfacing, and then flip and turn it and then stitch it down. I'm not doing that. No way. However, so if you have a scan and cut, you can take Lori's So Simple shapes and you can trace them with a pencil around on a sheet of copy paper, and run it through the scan and cut and create the shape. And then you can cut it out with heat and bond on the back of your fabric, and then and if you're going to do it like I am, you're going to import this into Simply Applique, create your chicken, and stitch it down with the embroidery machine. How cool is that? So I know a lot of you out there are Lori Holt fans. If you have got these So Simple shapes, now I'm going to be making that chicken salad quilt. I will be honest with you. I wasn't head over heels in love with all of the patterns that the pattern fabric. It was very, very busy on this. The quilt that she has is very, very busy. I need a little more downtime. My brain needs a break. And so I did buy some of her shabby fabrics from Reb's Fab Stash, and these are almost a solid. These fabrics are almost solids. They're called shabby, and she used them. There's a lot of them around that you can find for her patterns, and I just love them. And these are, I'm going to use these in that chicken salad quilt, in addition to some other of her fabrics. I have fat quarter bundles. Now the fabric line for chicken salad is a cookbook, and it'll tell you right here, cookbook. See that? Cookbook. That is the fabric line. It's brand new that she's going to be having come out, that she's going to make that chicken salad quilt with. I have loads of her other fabrics that I am going to use in addition to the shabbies and make that work for that whole quilt. I want to make the quilt. I just am going to switch out some of my fabrics. I'm going to shop my stash and switch. So you might consider that too. Or if you don't have any of her fabrics, go get the cookbook stuff. It's adorable, adorable fabric. And then my background for that one, I got this at Reb's Fab Stash as well, are the chicken footprints. I think they're precious. And those are from a different line. I can't remember which one, but they're from a different line as well. That's all about the Lori Holt upcoming quilt. I don't know if I'm going to do a sew along for it, but I am going to make it since I got the fabric and whatnot. Several videos ago, I had spoken to you guys about this fabric I picked up from Villa Rosa Designs. It's called Safari Sunrise. Remember this? I had gotten this. I thought it was just absolutely precious, and she sold out of it right away. I got an email this morning, January 14th, 2022, that she is restocked. So if you are interested in getting some of this absolutely adorable fabric from Safari Sunrise, please go out and check out villarosadesigns.com and you can pick that up. I got this for that one for the backing. So let's talk about that ruler rack that my son made. Those of you who wanted to get it, and I mean, oh my word, you guys. Okay, those of you who wanted to get it, I will call you savvy enough before the video even ended. You stopped the video and ran out to the store site and got it, and he sold all 6 of the ones that he had in 36 minutes. It was crazy. The video was out 36 minutes that since I had pushed it to YouTube, and it was sold out of all of the ruler racks, and he was just thrilled. I texted him and I said, they're gone, and he goes, what? I said, the ruler racks. He actually said, sweet. And then so many of you wanted to be on a pre-order list. He and I talked quite a bit about doing that, doing a pre-order list. We are not going to do pre-orders. And every one of you, I had people send me emails. I had people, because he said, well, Mom, just because they say they want one doesn't mean that they're actually going to buy one. That doesn't, equate into a sale. And I told him, I said, Ryan, people went to the store site. They saw how much it was. They hit the contact seller button. They created an email and they sent it to me. I told him, I said, you are going to be busy for the foreseeable future, but we are not going to do pre-orders because he has a primary obligation of being a pastor in his church. And that having those orders on your head, my son is one of those guys that will work himself to death. If he's a people pleaser and he doesn't want to disappoint anybody. And so that would make him crazy. It would cause him to lose sleep, and we don't need that, or to get sick, and we don't need that. You guys are just going to have to continue to check the store site. When there are more on there in the next video, I will let you guys know. We so appreciate all of the orders. Y'all, that was just amazing. It was amazing, and it helps him and his family so much. He's got 3 kids, my 3 grandbabies. It's just a wonderful thing. So there will be more coming. He said he can do, I don't know, about 5 or 6 a week. I'm not kidding. I've forwarded no less than 50 emails to him, and then that was just through the store site, and then I can't even count the comments that were on the video of, I want that ruler rack. I even had a lady from Canada, hi, and she said, I don't care how much it costs to ship it to me, I want it. So we will get there. We're getting there, and we will continue to do that. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know, I forwarded all of the emails from you to him, so he knows the demand is real, and he is going to be making them. So he's very, very excited about that, and it is such a blessing. You all are such a blessing, so thank you very much. I got an email from Villa Rosa Designs last week, and they had the cutest fabric. You guys know I like novelty stuff. What is this? It's called From the Heart. It's an adorable panel. This panel came in 2 colorways, and it's just so sweet. It's got sweet little animals. And everybody is into making these mug rugs lately. Mug rugs are all the rage, and being put on the little wooden trays. I guess there's some little wooden trays about the same size as a mug rug. They've got little trays. They put them there. It's a wooden tray you can get from the dollar store. And they paint it in a color or whatever, or whitewash it, whatever. And then I'm not that crafty. I picked up that fabric, those 2 panels, and then I got some extra fabric to go along with it. Again, this is called From the Heart, and it's from Clothworks. And it is just the sweetest fabric. So sweet. I got it at villarosadesigns.com. Look at that. Those are adorable. Cats, dogs, pigs. So cute. I just got a little bit of the whole line, you guys. I just thought it was absolutely precious. Look at all of this. Is this not so stinking adorable? It's perfect for Valentine's gifts if you want to make somebody a mug rug for Valentine's Day. This is just precious. I really, really like it. I can't wait to start making something up. These little panels, these little squares are perfect. If you want to make a Designs by Juju mug rug, these are perfect to put on that mug rug center square. You would sew a border around it because you don't want to cut into the next one if you need it to be a little bit bigger. But cut one out and sew a border on it of some matching or coordinating fabric for that center piece. It'll be adorable. Super cute. I thought about making mug rugs for everybody in my DAR group, but y'all, that'd be 50. Ooh. I guess if I started now, I'd be ready for Christmas, wouldn't I? I don't know if I want to do that. Okay. Also, on January 27th at 3:30 in the afternoon Central Standard Time, I am doing another YouTube Live with All Brands, and I am going to be making another table topper, but we're going to do one for Mardi Gras, and I got some Mardi Gras fabrics. I can't wait to do this. These are just blenders. There's a purple blender. There's a grunge. Here's some little jesters. Here's some paisleys. I got way too much fabric, y'all. I got a solid purple. Might use that for backing and binding. And then I also got blenders of a yellow and a green. And then I had some leftover Mardi Gras fabric I had picked up. It might have been, it was in New Orleans. Maybe I might have got it at the Quilted Owl, or I can't remember. I visited quite a few. That's not there anymore, unfortunately. But I visited quite a few fabric stores when I was in New Orleans, and I did get some of this. So this is old fabric right here. There's that one, and then here's this one with the masks and the crown. So the whole point of this one, this topper, is to show you that you can use your Table Toppers book pattern, and you can go ahead and make any kind of topper that you want. And I have a little, All Brands is sending me a picture of a mask, and I will convert that into an SVG file, and we will use that to put right here, okay? And I'll link to that SVG file. I'll have Barbara link to that below their video, so you can get that mask SVG file for free. And also I will put, I'll put a link to it on my blog and the video and all of that too. So we'll try to do that. But one of the reasons I have so much fabric is I want to make a Mardi Gras quilt as a backdrop behind me for the YouTube Live, and I chose French braids from Villa Rosa Design. This is a wonderful pattern if you are a brand new quilter, because look, there are no bias seams in this, and it is so simple. You literally are sewing strips together and then cut them to size, and then create little stairs on that. That's going to be a really easy quilt to make, and I'm getting ready to cut that right now. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys, and I've got work to do. I've got to make a Mardi Gras quilt. I got to get my topper put together, and Amazon's here. And also get ready to do the February table topper and cut all that fabric out. Speaking of the February topper, I went to the Stash House in Floresville, and they have a whole bunch of adorable Valentine's Day fabrics. So let's get it out. I want to show you what I got. Oh, another fabric I got with that Mardi Gras is a stripe. Okay. This stripe, this is going to be the binding and maybe the inner border. I'm not sure. I picked up this red. This is actually, I'm pretty sure it's called Seeds, if I remember. I got these adorable hearts, and I got these hearts on red. So we have hearts on white and hearts on red. And then I got some white on white, and it has, I don't know if you can see it, it's got little X's. Can you see those? White on white, the little X's for kisses. I thought that was cute. Oh, and I also picked up this jelly roll. This is Holiday Love Jelly Roll, and it's adorable. I'm not going to use that in this topper. So let's talk about fabric prep a little bit. A lot of people ask, should I pre-wash my fabrics? Definitive answer to that is, it all depends. Pre-washing your fabrics or not pre-washing your fabrics or not depends on a lot of things. The quality of the fabric, how it's going to be used, and is it a pre-cut or not? And then what kind of pre-cut is it? Let's go to the first question. How's it going to be used? If this quilt will ever be washed, if it's going to be utilitarian in nature, like a placemat, or that you're actually going to eat on and slop food on, or if it's going to go into a child's quilt or any kind of bed quilt that will be washed, yes, you definitely want to pre-wash your fabrics. However, if you have a red, you want to set the color first. I usually fill a cold sink about half full of water, cold sink, cold water, and a cup of vinegar. Just like an Easter egg, you want to set that color. Your water will probably turn pink. Then you would go ahead and wash the fabric and throw some color catchers. They have them in the laundry aisle at the grocery store, and put some color catchers in the wash and get more of that red fabric out. If your project is not going to be washed, so for instance, my table topper is going to be decorative on my dining room table. It will never come in contact with food because I will take it off before we eat. And the odds of it ever getting dirty are like 0. Okay, so I didn't pre-wash this fabric, and I'm not going to pre-wash this fabric because I'm never going to wash it. So I don't need to pre-wash it if I'm not going to wash it. That's really important, especially with reds, sometimes with blacks, but definitely with reds. If it will be washed, you need to pre-soak it with a cup of vinegar in a cold sink for about, I don't know, a couple of hours. Helps. Just overnight, whatever. Let it sit there and let that dye set on those fibers. Let's talk about fabric quality. I don't care what color quilt. I don't care what color quilt. If you bought your fabric at Hobby Lobby, Joann's, or Michael's, or Walmart, or any of those large chain, let me put it this way. If you bought your fabric at somewhere other than a quilt store, if you paid less than $10 to $12 a yard for your fabric, you need to pre-wash it. Because the way they make those fabrics, the way it's made is much different than the way it is. There's a reason that quilt fabric is $12.50 a yard, besides inflation. It's so much more expensive because of the process that it goes through to become quilt store quality fabric. Generally, those colors don't bleed. Your reds might. Again, the reds are always the one, but generally those colors won't bleed. It's up to you. Do a test, run it through some hot water. And if it bleeds, and you can tell by putting it on a white paper towel after you got it wet and just kind of smash it down. And if you get pink, you got trouble coming. Okay, so you need to set the color in the vinegar. We've talked about the use of the fabric. How's it going to be used? If it will be washed, you would want to pre-wash your fabrics. If it's red, you want to set it. Sometimes blacks, you want to set it. I haven't found that problem with navy blues. Then, pre-cuts. You can wash pre-cuts, but I recommend doing it either, you really need to do it by hand. So if I was going to pre-wash this jelly roll, okay, all right, don't throw it in the washer. You will come out with one ginormous knotted mess that you cannot undo, and you'll throw it away. So I would soak the reds, not the whites, soak the reds in a vinegar cold sink, and then go ahead and put in some laundry soap and just gently very gently, treat it like lingerie, very, very gently, and then rinse it out, and then lay out all of the strips on a beach towel and lay them flat to dry. The less agitation these get, the better. The largest pre-cut is a fat quarter. That can probably withstand going through a washing machine, but I would put it into a lingerie bag. Anything smaller than a fat quarter, and you're still going to have problems with those, but at least with those, when you trim away all the strings that are out there, you still got fabric left. If you toss in a layer cake 10-inch square, a charm pack 5-inch square, or these, you're going to get so much fringing that that's not the point. You'll have fabric left, but not much. This you just will throw away, really, pretty much all of it. So hand wash pre-cuts, with the exception of the fat quarters. You can go ahead and put those into a lingerie bag. I think they'll work fine in there. The Creative Notions box came in, and hey, speaking of laundry, y'all, My dryer balls just disappeared. Those wool dryer balls, I don't know where they went. I have a feeling there was a dog attached to the disappearance of the dryer ball, but I don't know. And one disappeared right before my very eyes. It was so crazy. I looked the whole yard. I looked all over the house. I can't find it. I don't know what happened to them. So I had to buy 2 more. All right, the Creative Notions box came in. I want to show you guys this. And this is all about, the fabric is Bluebird of Happiness by Henry Glass. So let's look at that. It's a cute little fat quarter bundle. And we will look at this. Let me get this open and show you guys what it looks like. Very pretty soft blues. If you have a blue house or something, this would make an adorable project. We've got words that say smile and dream and bloom. There's a nice, it looks like plaid, but it's not. Little squares. There's a floral with the brown and the blues. Bluebird of Happiness by Henry Glass. Oh, that's pretty. There's your bluebirds right there. They're upside down to y'all. There's your bluebirds. Butterflies. Very cute. Right there. And that's it. So we got those fat quarters. That's good. And we got a fabric label that you can put on a project. This month's project is a fabric basket, a quilted fabric basket. And you would use these fabrics that came with it. It also came with a piece of textured vinyl that you can use for the base. It's kind of a flannel on the back you can use for the base of the basket. And it came with hardware, ribbon, buttons, and some handles to make your basket. It came with a chocolate sweet. It came with the Maker's Planner and Pattern Keeper notebook to get ready to pack it full for 2022. It's just a cover, you guys. You got a 3-ring binder. And we're going to put everything in there that comes in 2022. If you didn't want to make the fabric basket, it came with a pattern for an hourglass throw quilt. Isn't that great? And last but not least, we got our 11.5-inch quilting square up ruler. I love these, you guys. I have used these so much. I reach for, especially the smaller ones, I reach for them all the time. Crazy, all the time. I am surprised at how much I use them instead of the way I used to do it. I don't remember how I used to do it. And then we got 2 quilt patterns for Jewel Sampler of the Month. This is the Tree of Life block. And we got the Duck Tracks block. So that was this month's Creative Notions box. Loving those rulers. Absolutely love it. Beautiful fabric that came in. If you want to make a fabric basket, you can. And I think I want to make up that quilt. That was so pretty. I don't have a blue quilt around here. I think that's about it. There is so much going on this spring, you guys. So much to keep you busy. I hope you join me making all of these 12 table toppers. They're a lot of fun, and you're going to build your skills all year long. And you're going to be very proficient. And if you're watching this video later in the year, you're not behind. You don't have to catch up. Just jump in right where you are. Make some toppers, and then by the time the end of the year rolls around, you'll be ready to make the ones coming up for the next year for 2023. Okay, you guys, I will see you January 22nd at Two Chicks Quilting in Grenada, Texas for her new grand opening of the new store. And then I will be in Biloxi, Mississippi on April 26th at Piece by Piece Quilts. So I'm looking forward to all of this traveling. I've got so much fun ahead of me, I can't stand it. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.